Hi. I'd like to pretend it's super early in the morning, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's 9 o'clock. I should have put this at the very beginning of the video. There are gonna be spoilers for every book that I'm reading. Sorry. If you don't want spoilers in a reading vlog, watch somebody else's channel, I don't know. I thought I'd start at least this vlog now, because this is going to be my reading vlog for however many weeks or months or days, I don't know, it takes for me to get through the 4 books that I brought to school. This book's flying everywhere. 4 books here, various ranges, because I figured I never know what type of mood I'm gonna be in whenever I'm reading. Starting off my reading journey, I already started it. Sorry guys. Project Hail Mary, because there's the movie coming out with Ryan Gosling. It's a new animation, a major motion picture. I'm roughly 20% into it. Just realized that he's been sent out in the Project Hail Mary ship into a random solar system, and he's realizing that he's got no fuel to get back home. So he realizes he's gonna die out here, and he doesn't. He's kind of panicking, you know. I'm learning as he is learning, because he woke up from a coma and he lost his memory, and he doesn't know why he's on this ship. And he's just like starting to piece it together, so I'm starting to get to the like actual story of the book and how he's supposed to help save humanity. So okay, I'm mainly recording this because I got a new microphone and I wanted to try it out, but I haven't finished the chapter yet. But he just realized that because like time works differently in space, that he's technically been on this ship, even though it felt like 3-ish years to him and he was in a coma, that it's been at least 13 years on Earth. Don't mind my voice, I am getting over being sick. Just got to the end of chapter 6. Obviously he's in space, he's discovering, you know, alien life, but I didn't think, like, I knew there was like a big alien because I saw the movie trailer, but I didn't think it was this quick into the book. I don't remember the character's name, so I'm gonna go with Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling doesn't know how he got here, and you know, every once in a while he like unlocks a memory and we get to live through that, and it adds to the story of what's happening in real time as he's on this ship. It's really cool. I know this is really, really hard for me because it's not like a fantasy book or a romance book. So it's like there's like, for that type of story, for me, it takes a lot for me to get into the bulk of it. And I'm really trying. I'm trying to not only read the books that I see online. He looks like a freaking spider. Oh, he named the little alien Rocky. Rocky is smaller than a human. He's about the size of a Labrador. He has 5 legs radiating out. He's got 5 legs radiating out from a central carapace looking thing. God, these words make me feel dumb. Okay, I'm locked into this story now. It's been another page. Rocky, the alien, talks in musical tones. So it's unlocking something from my past that I don't really want to go into, but it's kind of cool. See what I mean? He's got like music notes. Rocky has a mate! That little guy. I'm really growing to like him, and we've just been informed that Rocky has the amount of fuel that it takes for Ryan Gosling to get back to Earth, hypothetically. Major spoilers, like major spoilers. If you don't want to watch it, I'll put a time code of when I either do a review of the book or I move on to another book. I read you the end of this chapter that made me make that face. Basically, they were trying to gather a sample from another planet, Ryan Gosling and Rocky. He's literally being crushed in his own ship by the force of the gravity. Rocky has his own tunnels through this whole ship because they breathe different air. Rocky broke out of his thing to come into Ryan Gosling's airspace to save Ryan Gosling. He came into my partition to save me, and he'll die because of it. He shivers and folds his legs under himself. Save Earth, save Arid. Good morning. You can tell it's morning because my hair is still crazy and I have not done anything to fix that. Okay, let me be honest. It's been a while since I've 1 recorded and 2 finished Project Hail Mary. I finished it like late one night and I was like, okay, I will record this the next morning. And then it's probably been about a week, maybe 2. Sue me. Also, pardon me, I am getting over being sick. We went to Halloween Horror Nights a couple of days ago. And by a couple of days ago, I mean probably a week and a half ago. And one of my friends, Bryce, got everybody sick. So, got something in my throat. That's about it. I gave it 3 stars. I actually did really like the book. It's just, it was science fiction, and it was very science heavy. Like, there would be paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs explaining very scientific things, which is not my thing. People try to explain science stuff to me. Like, my brother is significantly, like, book smarter than I am, and he enjoys that type of thing, and I don't, you know? And that's okay. We all have our interests, and mine is not molecular biology. It was still a really good book. I loved Rocky, as you saw by my reaction every time he was on the page. I did like the writing style, and I liked the figuring out what was happening as the character was remembering things from their past. Overall, it was a good book. It took me forever to finish because it got boring really easily for me. For me, please don't come at me. I am really excited for the movie because I called it Ryan Gosling the entire time because I couldn't remember. Oh, okay. I remember why I called him. Because Ryan Gosling is playing Ryland Grace. I'm sorry, I got those 2 people confused. Excited for the movie. Maybe I'll be vlogging still when the movie comes out in March. So I have started reading, it's back here. I have started reading the Cash, like, country romance book. Holy crap. Change of pace from Project Hail Mary. It is so corny. It is so a romance book. Like, recent romance books. I always feel stupid reading it. I need something quick and easy to, like, get me back into swing of reading because I'm behind on my reading goal. It's just, I can tell it's gonna be a smut heavy book and I'm not ready for that part of it. I really like the build up. I do like Cash. I like a good country boy, but the girl is so annoying. But I think that's just how it is in romance books, is a lot of the time the guy is nice. They write men really well and then they write this really annoying woman and I'm like, I will update. I'm about like 20% into the book. Remember how I said I was annoyed by her? She's growing on me at some bar. I don't remember the name of it. And they're dancing and he's jealous that another guy wanted to ask her to dance. Oh god, it sounds so corny. Ignore the paint in my hands. We're spray painting a cooler for our friend. And he's realizing that maybe he likes her a little more than he initially thought. It's so cheesy. I love it. I'm 167 pages in out of probably, 400? Maybe this is a longer book than I expected. What I'm picking up from this book is I really like when the characters are bonding and they're being nice and then the characters get, like, in the mood, and I hate the writing and I hate, like, the characters aren't the same people anymore. And, like, it's kind of crazy. It's like they're really nice, they're fun to, like, learn about, and all of a sudden they want to have sex with each other and it's like I've never seen these people before in my entire life. It's really confusing. Guys, I have some unfortunate news. I'm DNFing this book. I can't do it. I got to right here at the end of the book, essentially. They have just slept with each other for the first time, and I cannot continue reading this. That was absolutely the most disgusting thing I've ever read. My taste in books has obviously changed. I can't read romance books anymore because holy crap. Ugh. Something has changed in me. I cannot do it. I will not put myself through that. Because I know in romance books, once they sleep together for the first time, they're gonna sleep together again. And I just don't like that the guy specifically turns into a completely different person when he's horny. I can't finish reading this. I just can't deal with that type of thing anymore. The good news is I'm going on a 4-hour plane ride in a couple days, so I will be able to start the Ministry of Time, which is back towards my sci-fi area where I'm kind of settling in. But it makes me nervous for having to finish the Throne of Glass series. Literally, I read this earlier and I just had to put the book down. There was a word early in this book. It was the guy talking about, like, how he was, like, or something. and the author thought it would be okay to use the phrase half chub. And I almost put the book down then and there, and I was like, okay, if there's anything else like that in this book, I'll stop reading it. And then there wasn't until they started sleeping together. And now we're here, and now I don't want to be here anymore, and I wish I never read that. It just kept going. I need to know how long. This is how much of the end of that book was them having some sort of sexual interaction. It's 40 pages, by the way. 40 pages of my life that I can never get back. I genuinely, something has clicked in me over these past year. I cannot read any sort of fiction like this anymore because genuinely that is bad. I'm sorry if you enjoy that type of thing, and I'm sorry if this is harsh, but that was awful. I said last time I recorded, I'm sorry if you can't hear me, it's really loud on this plane, that I was going to read the entirety of my 4-hour flight. About 50 minutes left, and I'm just picking up a book for the first time. Have unfortunately been swamped with homework all of a sudden, which is strange because I haven't had homework the entire semester. She's looking at me. We're starting this book now. Honestly, literally, it could be the worst book I ever read, and it'll still be better than the last book that I put myself through 60% of. Here we go. Hey friends! It's been a hot minute since 1, I've been in front of my bookcase, and 2, I've recorded. I have different hair now. It's actually probably only been like maybe 2 weeks since I've recorded. Fall semester, normally I'm more focused on school, and then spring semester is when I give up on school and continue reading again. Oops. I am 100 pages into The Ministry of Time. I've read it a good chunk when we were in Michigan. I actually am really enjoying this so far. We're figuring a little bit more. Graham is kind of adjusting well to being in today's time. I actually don't remember what time it's supposed to be. I just think it's supposed to be modern. I don't know, for somebody who got sucked out of, I think, 1847. He's doing pretty well. We are figuring out there's some mystery going on in the ministry. Something that people are hiding. Some guy that she was friends with that, like, she reported to, she told him about a drawing that Graham did. Now that guy is, like, she can't email him, she can't call him, she tries to call him and somebody else calls her, and, like, we don't know what's going on. He kept saying that this line's being monitored, I can't talk to you, blah, 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 blah. So there's something going on based on this device that Graham drew a picture of that she didn't take seriously. And in the book, you can tell that she's telling the story from the future, because she's like, at the time I didn't trust him and I should have, or at the time I didn't believe him, why would I, blah blah blah. But can tell that she's kind of falling for Graham, and I kind of like it, but at the same time, yeah, he's described very, like, attractive. I'm just picturing a guy. My problem is when I read books is I just picture, like, a body, and then they don't really have a face. I don't know, man. Just reached the 50% mark in my book. What do you mean when he was still in my life? Why isn't he still in your life? This is getting good. I'm scared. She keeps talking about, like, she's talking to us, the reader, and she's like, you have to believe I'm not a bad person, not everything I did was wrong. What'd she do? She keeps talking about, whenever she's talking to us, she's talking about Graham in the past tense, and all of her friends in the past tense. I finished the book. I'm gonna take this second to, like, explain the ending of the book because I didn't really explain it very well. So if you don't want to know how the book ends, or if you want to read it yourself, go ahead and skip to this blah 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 timestamp. So the ending of the book is, like, the main battle is between the group of Graham, Maggie, our unnamed main character, who I'll call the Bridge, Graham's Bridge, and then that's because that's her title. Adela, I think that's how I was pronouncing it. So Adela. And she's, like, the ministry executive that our main character has been reporting to. There are these two people, I don't remember their names, sorry, that are like hunting after the expats. Like, Adela is like telling these people, she's like, she's already changed, she's already picked a different timeline, she told him about this specific event instead of this event. And then we slowly, like, all of a sudden we piece together that Adela is our main character from a futuristic timeline where she chose a different path. So basically she's coming back into the past to try and change the future, because the future is like really messed up, and like they're trying to change the past to change the future. Our main character has already changed the past because she chose different choices than the future version of herself. Or like you can make a different choice and already different things are going to happen. There's a quote that I put in my Goodreads saying, don't let your traumas and don't let everything that's happened in your past affect your future, because the whole point of the book was you can't change the past, you can change the future. But whatever. I finished the book. I'm sitting in front of my Christmas tree to gain some peace. This book was so good. So the ending, we found out, is her writing an account to somebody, maybe another version of herself in another time, talking to us as the reader. And are we another version of her? We don't know. Graham and Maggie, one of the other expats that became one of her best friends, they escaped the whole ministry battle, which if I went into that side of the story, I probably wouldn't make this video way too long, because this book is really good. I do recommend that everybody at least try and read it. It was a little slow at the beginning, but that's just because you have to build on any plot that you are going to create. There were a lot of plots that were trying to happen at the same time, but I think it kind of meshed well together, and you're not really supposed to know everything that's going on. And I think you trying to figure that out as well as the main character, it's nice. I did like that. Graham and Maggie, as I was saying, they got away, and at the very end of the book, she received a postcard from Graham and Maggie, and she asked her dad like where they were, like where this postcard was, and she said, I'm gonna go take a trip. I haven't been on a trip in a very long time. So we don't know if she ended up reconnecting with Graham. We don't know anything. I think in their very short time that they were together, I kind of like them better as friends, even though I was enjoying and I was kind of like kicking my feet every time something like happened between them. I was like, oh, something's going on. But I don't know. It's just fun. It's not a romance story. It's a story with a romance arc in it, which I appreciate a lot better than the last book that I read. You guys know, goodness gracious. To not continue talking over and over, going around my own words. This is a really good book. I gave it 5 stars. I haven't read a 5-star book since this summer, so this was a nice pick-me-up to get me motivated for the end of the year. I didn't read as much as I wanted to this semester. Obviously, I don't even have the 4th book that I showed at the beginning of this video. I left it at school, and that's a really big book, so I'll start that next semester. Maybe I'll make a video of me finally finishing the Throne of Glass series, because I have that and the prequel book to read, so maybe I'll do that. So I just wanted to say thank you for joining me in my little semester, my chaos of reading. So really, I read 2 books this semester. That's okay, because I still read, and I found 2 books that I relatively enjoyed reading, and another book that I realized I don't want to ever read again or pick up anything like that ever again. I'm starting slowly to pick up a taste in books that is not everything that the internet tells me to read, because mainly I just have been reading the very popular books that everybody sees online, and I hear good reviews, I buy the book type of thing. And I'm starting now. I'm trying to read books that I genuinely enjoy and I think are going to help me just get a sense of the type of literature I enjoy reading. Thank you again if you made it this far. I love you, and I hope everybody has a happy holiday season and success in the new year.